Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your personal generative AI podcast. Today, we're diving into a really neat CSS trick, creating animations without keyframes. It's all about that new @ starting style @ rule.
Whoa, animations without keyframes? Sounds like magic. I'm all ears. Is this some kind of CSS sorcery?
Sort of. It's not replacing @ keyframes but it's a handy alternative for certain situations. Think of it as a shortcut for simple animations.
Okay, shortcut. So how does this @ starting style thing actually work? Give me the lowdown.
Right, so imagine you want a simple rotation. With @ keyframes you define start and end points. But with @ starting style you just set the starting point, and the transition takes care of the rest. It's like, setting the initial state.
I see. So it uses the default value as the ending point, right? Like, if you don't specify an ending rotate value, it defaults to 0?
Exactly. You're picking up on it. The example shows a > rotate, 0 turn, > which is redundant because 0 rotation is the default. It's just there for clarity. Clever, right?
Very clever. So let's say I want to rotate something 20 turns. I would define the @ starting style to rotate minus 20 turn and the ending value would implicitly be > 0 turn because that's the default.
Precisely. Spot on. You could even remove the > rotate, 0 turn entirely. The magic happens in the > transition property, defining the duration, easing, and delay.
And what about more complex animations? Can you animate multiple properties this way?
Yes. The article shows another example where a custom CSS property _ is used. It's animated, then used across several properties: background, translate, and rotate. It's more flexible.
That's pretty cool. So it's not just for simple rotations. Using a custom property allows for complex animations, but without the explicit keyframes. It's like a more concise way to set up the animation.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different way to achieve the same result. It's not necessarily better than > keyframes just different. Sometimes, this approach is cleaner for simple animations.
I'm starting to see the value here. It's a nice tool to have in your CSS belt.
Absolutely. It's a subtle but powerful addition to the CSS arsenal. So there you have it, folks. Animation without keyframes. Thanks for tuning in to Tech Bytes and News. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.